I'm super excited that we are heading over straight to the end, and nothing better to finish this image than nice color edit. So I'm going to show you my favorite techniques that I believe giving me most of the control. Of course, you can support yourself with curves and any other tool, but let's start from the beginning. I'm not going to do selections right now because sometimes maybe we don't have enough time and it's not always necessary. So I'm going to start with color balance that I'm going to call balance, and also other will be selective color. So I'm just going to shorten this to selective. So what we need to do with our color, I would like to play a little bit more with blue color, which is already quite strong, but we still have some space to do this. So let's go to shadows, because that's where the blue color is located. And I'm just slightly going to add a little bit more blue. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch blending mode to color, because I don't want the lights to be affected. I don't want this to increase the contrasts or anything like that. And usually I would go with cyan somewhere, but here is the answer why I'm not going with cyan. You can see what has happened to our skin tones. If I go with cyan, unfortunately our skin tones are getting a little bit green colors, which doesn't look really well. I would rather go a little bit with magenta, and then I can add 1 point of cyan, and you can see that the skin is not really getting this ugly now green tones, because I was working a little bit with magenta over here. Though we lost some of the yellows, so I would switch into mid-tones and add literally 2 points or 1 point of yellows, and similar could be for highlights. And now like we actually recover this fully. You can see before and after. So now I would go to selective and I would start with blues once again. So for the blues, for sure I would increase a little bit of cyan over here, and also I would go up with magenta to get a little bit more purple color, as you can see before and after. And about yellows, we can go more into purple, increasing here, but I would rather go down just a little bit more. So that's how it looks like, and I really feel it gives me this nice bluish tones over here. Next step, we could work a little bit with cyan, just literally a little bit. And now it's time for yellows. So our skin tone, we need to have a look how we affected our skin tones if they are not too strong, because I recover a lot from the mid-tones. So like I could actually even lower this maybe to 1 point, -1. And I would go, I'm sorry for this zoom. I would go now to selective once again, and about yellows, I would increase a little bit of yellow. Not too much, because you can see what is happening, but just below 10% before and after, and it actually do nice job. You can also experiment with different sliders like magenta, etc. So you could even add a little bit of magenta if you feel you need a little bit more for these cheekbones, for example. That would do a really great job rather. And about cyan, we could lower also for these cheekbones. I would rather go with cyan than magenta, because magenta is quite unpredictable. That's before, after. Really nice effect. I do really like this soft grading for outdoor images. Nothing is dominating. We have really well saturated colors, but they are not catching full attention, like they are cooperating together well. Let me call this color. And let's see, before color and after, like very small change all in total. And the face didn't actually even change that much, as you can see. So we could even maybe add something more over here, like even if it's about blue. I could try a little bit more for this to make this more saturated. Like why I'm doing this, that was the plan from the very beginning, to make this image really well working, like full of life, not losing any of its saturation values. So like I wanted to go with these strong effects. That was the point from very beginning. And of course, that's how we could finish. You have more possibilities always. You can the one tool that sometimes I could do my grading is of course curves. In this point I don't really want to use this, but sometimes it could give you really interesting results if you do really your grading well. Not in this area, of course. We could go with blues for the shadows and yellows for highlights over here, and many other possibilities. Of course, this way it doesn't maybe work as well as I wish it to, but we could find some really nice tactics for our grading using this technique. Same about green. So like as you can see, you have many options to do your grading. It's never said that something is wrong, something is right. And the main point is to be aware to not overdo the images. Like so I always like to use my soft techniques, my selective color. Right now I feel maybe I have a little bit too much yellow tones. So just after I applied my curves and played a little bit, I feel I have too much of the yellow, so I want to add a little bit more blue color over here. And we can also check hue saturation, how does it work, and how yellows would work for us if we take down the lights. So like that would be too desaturated, I believe, but it also nice effect. So I would stay around this. So this is the image I would finish. It's really natural, like that's the point of the outdoor photography. I follow the outdoor natural light photography, and even well-experienced photographer, I don't like the directions they are catching. As you can see, the effect for me for outdoor has to be very soft. It has to represent what a model is, and I feel we really did well. I really feel we did the job that the model represents. So thank you for watching. I believe you enjoyed all of this part, and the last part was probably the quickest, but we knew already a lot of things, we learned a lot of things, and I love just how the blue color with yellow works on this image. So thank you once again for watching. If you have any ideas, if you have questions, don't forget to leave this in comment sections. After each lesson you can add a question. You can also message me in private message, but the thing I'm hoping is that you have as little questions as possible, because I believe I answered in this course most of your questions. Thank you for watching, and to hear you very soon.